Thanks for joining me once again as I continue my endeavours to find interesting adventure rides within a day's ride of Sydney. So this one I came up to Walcha, which is a small town near Tamworth, and from there the plan was to go down the Thunderbolts Way, which is a road that runs down through some farmland and then across the mountains, heading further south towards Gloucester. Some beautiful bendy roads here and a few surprises along the way. I didn't expect to find a good free campground, and of course all on the trusty Tiger 900 Rally Pro. Heading south from Walcha, you come through some pretty typical Australian farmland. There has been a lot of rain recently, so it was a bit greener than usual for this part of the country. Even though this part of the journey was on fairly flat roads, there were still some nice long sweeping bends and the weather was absolutely perfect for a ride. I took a short side road to have a look at the township of Nowandock, but there wasn't very much to see there, except for the bridge and the Nowandock River, which was quite beautiful, and really shows how when you're out riding, sometimes it's good to turn the engine off and just listen to nature for a while. So although I'd been enjoying the ride so far, I was keen to get up into the twisties and enjoy myself a bit more on the motorbike. And I was heading up through what's known as Mayor's Run. As expected, there were plenty of turns and some good high altitude scenery. The road is fairly fast for a windy road, and most of the time you can do it well over 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. At this stage I'd been riding for about an hour and a half, and so I decided to pull over at this lookout. I think it's called Pioneers Lookout, just to enjoy the view and stretch my legs for a while. Ended up talking to a couple of other riders who are out enjoying this beautiful weather. Well, it was time to get riding again, and I was in for the best riding of the day. It was absolutely brilliant heading down the mountain, a very steep descent with lots of low speed corners and the occasional switchback. There's been a lot of heavy rainfalls in Australia for the last few months, and a lot of the roads are in pretty bad condition with quite a few washouts and erosion. Well, the exhilarating riding of the downhill run had to end eventually, but I was actually rewarded by An absolutely beautiful scene as I came out on the flat land at the bottom of the mountain with green pasture land and a small winding river. I was curious to know if I could get down to the river at some point. I could see it as I was crossing it on various points. One of the amazing things about adventure riding is the discovery of things that you weren't planning to find. And I was very pleased to come across a free campsite right on the river that I would never have known about if I hadn't come out for this ride. It really was a magical place and somewhere I'd like to bring friends and family back to and enjoy a couple of quiet nights. All in all, this had been an absolutely epic ride, and I can thoroughly recommend it to anyone who wants to do Thunderbolts Way from Walker down to Gloucester. I'd left all the stresses of Sydney behind and had finally started to relax and reconnect with nature. Hope to see you all again on the next video.